Ted Hughes. Our first home has forgotten us. I saw when I drove past it how slight our lives had been, to have left not a trace. When we first moved in there, I looked for omens. Vacated by a widow, gathered to a family, all it told me was, her life is over. She had left the last blood of her husband staining a pillow. The whole story hung, a miasma, round that stain. Senility's sour odor. It had condensed like a grease on the cutlery. It confirmed your idea of England. Part nursing home, part morgue, for something partly dying, partly dead. Just so the grease-grimed shelves, the tacky dark walls of the hutch of the kitchen revolted you into a fury of scouring. I studied the blood. Was it mouth blood, or ear blood, or the blood of a head wound after some fall? I took possession before anything of ours had reconditioned that crypt of old griefs and its stale gas of a dead husband. I claimed our first home alone and slept in it alone, only trying not to inhale the ghost that clung on in the breath of the bed. His death and her bereavement were the sole guests at our housewarming. We splurged £10 on a sumptuous Chesterfield of Prussian blue velvet. Our emergency kit of kitchen gadgets adapted that rented, abandoned, used-up grubbiness to the shipyard and ritual launching of our expedition. One mirage of the world as it is and has to be seemed no worse than another. Already we were beyond the albatross. You yourself were a whole Antarctic sea between me and your girlfriends. You were pack ice between me and any possible mention of my might-have-beens. I had accepted the meteorological phenomena that kept your compass steady. Like polar apparitions, only Wendy and Dorothea, by being visionary fairy godmothers, were forgiven their faces. I pitied your delirium of suspicion. Through the rainbow darkness I plodded, following a clue of Patanjali. Hand in hand we plodded. For me, that home was our first camp, our first winter, where I was happy to stare at a candle. For you, it was igloo comfort, your bell jerk centrally heated by a stupefying paraffin heater. But you were happy too, warming your hands at a crystal ball of your heirloom paperweight. Inside it, there, in miniature, was your New England Christmas, a mommy and a daddy, still together, under the whirling snow, and our future.